with a lone setback. And they'll give it to him here. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Aaron Donald's secret, if there is one, to his play, his ability to contort his body in such a way that you can't get a good, clean block on it. He slides through holes and slides past blockers and makes plays just as we saw there.
To throw, it's Carr. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And for that man, Crabtree just finished his 8th NFL season. Of course, the first 6 in San Fran, last 2 with the Raiders. Barely topped the 1,000-yard mark, but he did 1,003 this season.
It's been interesting to watch the career arc of Michael Crabtree, because you remember when he came out of college, came out of Texas Tech, he was seen as a pure #1 receiver. Many thought he was going to be a future All-Pro. But he settled in as the #2 guy in Oakland, and I think that's been great for him. Taking the pressure off of Amari Cooper and making plays himself.
They go play action here. He's got time. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Robert Quinn able to drop him for a loss of 4. So the D gets the sack on first, and now it brings up second down. From the gun, it's Carr. Crabtree with it over the middle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Now Carr. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. Goff on first down. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Simple slant route, and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
Wide open receiver complete. 20 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down Rams. A lot of time in the pocket there, and the quarterback able to find an open throwing lane, and he delivered.
What a terrific job by the guys up front, able to tamp down the pass rush that they've been getting all day.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're talking...
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Again, Goff. Austin's got it left side. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good pickup there at 20 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Here we go now. Green.
Now Goff on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking to get it to Kenny Britt that time. And it's second down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And this is going to be incomplete. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with and the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And we'll see Oakland take over on offense in a second. I know these Raiders don't want to hear it, but it's kind of the talk of the town. Such a promising season looking. Latavius Murray. That all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Latavius Murray, 56 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Let's go.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. Tavon Austin, he's going to go. Touchdown, L.A. Tavon Austin. And a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get to top speed and complete that play.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And the back goes into motion. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, you gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And he fires one, but incomplete. Brian Quick, the intended target. And it's 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
They missed a field goal earlier, so possibly as a result, that's why they're going to try to go for it here on fourth down. They'll come out in the pistol. Here we go on fourth. Ball. He finds Quick. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rub their nose in it. They'll throw underneath for Gurley, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be second and very short.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On the keeper, here's Goff. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I liked it. Just take the snap, burrow forward, pick up the few inches you need for a first down.
And defensively, I don't think they were expecting that. They looked a little surprised in the middle.
Yeah, a little bit wary there, weren't they? Because that can be a throwaway down where maybe you go play action, fake it, and try and get something big. But instead, he said, forget it. Let's just get a first down and start a new set.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Yeah, a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. And they'll turn their power game to try to get in. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. It's the fullback taking it in. And the Rams have tied the game with the extra point to come. And he puts it through. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. One receiver to the left is Cooper. In motion left goes Crabtree. They go back to the air here after the INT. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards on the pickup. Good enough for an Oakland first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Here's Carr to throw, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Brandon, Super Bowl 33 saw Atlanta take on Denver, and they were led, of course, by John Elway at quarterback. Here we are now with Super Bowl 51. And Atlanta back in the Super Bowl. This time, they get Tom Brady. They don't catch a break at the quarterback position, do they?
Couple Hall of Famers. Yeah, it's not going to be easy. That last one was in Miami. This time, of course, in Houston. We'll see if they have better luck this go-around.
Well, the one thing Atlanta has in their favor this time, probably the league MVP and their own quarterback, Matt Ryan.
On first down, Murray fighting, lost the football. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before.
It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, LA. Tavon Austin with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points. And he knocks it through. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
All right, here we go.
In motion left goes Crabtree. They bring Crabtree in motion right. Here we go on 4th down with Carr. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now hold everything. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Hurry up, here we go.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's a second missed field goal here in this first half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul-searching as well.
Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the 4th down decision-making going forward. If you get 4th and 3, 4th and 4, situations that used to be called.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 58 yards. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Time for okay, so Larry apparently giving us the silent treatment all of a sudden, and we're going to skip ahead to quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, LA. Tavon Austin, 75 yards. And the Rams add on to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Well, you know, Charles, understandably, all the talk right now about the Super Bowl. Don't forget this week the Pro Bowl as well, down in Orlando. New location, back to the old format, AFC versus NFC.
And I like that. Now you don't have teammates having to play against teammates. I think it's more recognizable for the fans watching the game, so that should be fun. But also, how great is it that for our friends here at Madden, the game is right here in Orlando, so we can just pop over, check out practices, check out all the events leading up to the game. That should be a whole lot of fun, and it stamps Orlando as a big league city.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And this one complete to Seth Roberts. It's a gain of 24 that time. And that'll be good for an Oakland first down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Here's Carr. Crabtree with it over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And they're going to speed things up here. They go play action here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Robert Quinn able to get him for a loss of about 3. Carr to throw on 2nd down. And this is caught. It's Cooper. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the gun, it's Carr. Flush to his right. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Michael Crabtree from 3 yards out. And the Raiders get a score closer. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44. An entire crew of Raiders, an entourage there to make the tackle.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player. The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
11 yards for number 11.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Gone. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now let's go.
On 4th down, Goff. And it is incomplete. No luck that time for Jeff Fisher's guys. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And now they're in the hurry-up. Back now in Los Angeles. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Carr now on 1st down. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Aaron Donald in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And quickly they get to the line. To throw his Carr.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
All right, here we go. Baby, alert, alert. Baby, alert, alert. Hey, we go rally, rally.
Now Carr, got to have this one. And that is incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the 1st down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
all you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They come out with one back and three tight ends. This is Murray, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing three, and now it's third down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And they get 14 yards there at a first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. 10th carry of the game now. Murray trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Brockers with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. On third and long, it's Carr. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Brought in by Walford, right side. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Seth Roberts, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Raiders move back within a couple of the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red.
Carr will look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. And nothing but daylight ahead. Picked off by Mark Barron. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
Well, there's some excitement, right? Go for 2. And instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give him a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly, and getting back there and making the tackle and not giving up 2 points themselves.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Goff now on second down. He was looking for Todd Gurley. Third down here. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. Goff now to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Perry Riley. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looks pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive.
And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. That was 2nd down run for Murray. And he'll push his way up to about the 14. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stop.